In part 2 of this episode, we head further up into the canal system on the Gold Coast, and the fishing action really heats up.
We've all been prone to doing some silly stuff on the water at times. What's your kind of, I guess, funny story, funny moment?
Yeah, there's heaps of stories. Probably the most recent incident I almost had was Gold Coast ABT last year. Was pulled up to hand key tagging that back to Nicole, and I put a foot on the dock, had a foot on my boat, and I'm standing there talking to her, and the boat starts moving away, and I look down and I'm almost doing the splits. Nicole's laughing, and she does till today. She still does not know how I did not end up in the water, but yeah, it was just simple things you don't think, and it turns into some funny moments. You look back on and go, oh geez, that could have gone bad. Phones in pockets and stuff like that.
And we wouldn't have reminded you at all about that if you had fallen in.
Oh no, it would, you just wouldn't remind me at all. It'd probably just be every week in a group chat you remember, going for a swim. So
Chris, a little bit of a significant area for you. Abby's first fish in a comp on here.
Yeah, her first QTS that she caught a fish in, legal fish, come from just up here. So
see if we can replicate that today.
That's it.
Little did we know, as we approached that area, that Abby was about to pull off her own party trick.
Abby's on
at the same spot.
Yeah.
As your first QTS fish.
You like it here?
There you go.
Get that net. Whee.
I saw them
Pulling some string too. Pulling some string. Probably poled him.
There you go.
There you go. You backed it up?
A year later, probably.
No pressure. She's on again. Oh, we got that. Got that on film. It's gold. Oh, it's funny. All right, Chris, run us through a bit of gear today. Now, you've got a good association with, obviously you've got some stuff you won through Mark Berg's Fishing Addiction, but you also moved on and have an association with Luke Henderson from Luke's Lines.
Yep.
Big part of what you've been using today. Run us through the outfits you've been using and the techniques.
All right, so pretty much this rod is Luke's personal rod, that his prototype rod, which he basically handed me and goes, go and put it through its paces and let me know how it goes. And it's an unbelievable rod in the fact that I've caught probably some of my biggest bream on it. In the last 3 months that I've had it, I've caught some of my biggest bream, and today it's just been fish after fish. It's just a little 1 to 3 kilo samurai blanks that he's actually custom built, and I'm just on it. Got the BG 2500 dibble reel, so nothing fancy reel wise. 8-pound braid, 6-pound leader, 140th jig head with a crabby, and just flicking it in everywhere.
You also caught some fish today on surface, so that bent minnow style lure.
Yep.
Not necessarily the OSP, but certainly that style of lure. What's the difference in the outfit you run for that?
All right, so for that I run the Samaki Archer. Just that one, that's just got the BG 2000 reel on it. 8-pound again, 6-pound leader, just the bent minnow. Shorter rod, they're only a 611 one piece, but yeah, just throw it in, little twitches, seems to do the work. It's not as soft as the custom rod, but I find for the surface stuff I've got more control of where that bent minnow's going, direction it's going, so I've got a little bit more control with the shorter rod.
One of the things we've noticed today is that when you talk about Gold Coast canals, there's some, I guess, what you expect, normals, I guess, and today's not been normal. Like, you were coming down the Gold Coast and you probably fish the pontoons on that lower water, the water comes up, the sand, and they spread out. It's been the opposite.
Yeah.
And even, like, I've been throwing the aquas haven't really, I don't think I've got a fish on the, maybe one on the aquas.
Yeah.
But the gulp crabby in the 2-inch in the camo and the 2.5 has been nailing it. And we're going to get Abby to run us through that very shortly on how she's been, because she's been probably the main one throwing that, and she's caught a lot of fish today. Like, she's done very well. Yeah,
she's landed quite a few. And it's completely opposite to what it normally is. Normally it's low tide out on the pontoons as that water's coming up and starts coming up to the houses, and you'll surface along there. But you know, like, it's been complete opposite. We've been fishing surface on the low, and we've just gone, right, we're almost at the peak of the high, and they're sitting on the pontoons on the front edge, and it doesn't happen. So it's complete, and that's where you've just got to adapt. And you've got to go, right, this is completely different, let's just stick with grabbies. And then now we're just moving out to pontoons and, you know, running a little crank or something along the front of the pontoon. And
Hey Abby, welcome to my little program. Now you're going to run us through your custom rod, so that's a Luke's Lines custom rod. So run us through that very pink, very swanky bit of kit you've got there.
Yeah, it's his custom rod. There's only one of them because it was custom made for me. There's the 3 colours, as you can see, and it has the VG 2000 reel on it.
Very nice. Now,
Diver.
obviously a very nice bit of kit because you've been slaying the fish today. I think you've probably caught as many as your dad, if maybe a little bit more. I know you're certainly telling me you've caught more, so that's the main thing. You spoke about the back of the pontoon. Where are you casting? What's your target there, and what are you casting, the edge, or are you targeting, in this case, a pole? What are you looking for there?
Well, I'm trying to get like at least 50 centimetres away from the pontoon, so then at least if I get any fish, it won't go straight around. So I can also aim for the pole and for the pontoon on the back corner or the side of it.
Excellent. And once again, you're watching your line for
Yeah.
that indication you've got a bite, and then away you go. With Luke Lines, he does obviously custom rods. He does some lines as well, doesn't he? Obviously, he does some braid and so
yeah,
forth.
so yeah, you can get your supply from him. He's lures, lines, reel servicing. He's got one of my carbon fibre dialer rods at the moment, doing carbon fibre repair on that, and that's purely because it's a sentimental rod. But he's just gone, look, you'll still be able to fish with it, but he'll change the rating of it and let me know what it's rated for. But yeah, pretty much anything, and he likes to do that custom, personalised stuff. He's not about heaps of rods through. He wants to see people out there that enjoy the sport using his rods, using rods that he looks after, just having fun, and especially the juniors.
Mate, I want to say thanks for coming on my little venture and being part of my journey in capturing people's stories, and I really appreciate that. It's been a great day in the water with you and Abby, and doing something that is a lot of fun. Even though the fish weren't big, we caught plenty of fish, and it was great seeing. One of the things I love is their relationship between father and daughter, and it's especially, I mean, my girls are older now, and it brings back a lot of memories for me, and I've really enjoyed seeing that. She's giving you a bit of stick.
Yeah.
I thought she was meek and mild, but no, she's blown that out the water, and so I love seeing that relationship you've got with her, and it's fantastic. So thanks again for being part of my show, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, and yeah, thanks for having us, and thanks for your support through QTS, through the ABT, and I look forward to fishing together in the future.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.